Up next, we have Vikas Kanungo, the global AI strategist at the Worldbank. Vikas Kanungo is a senior AI and digital transformation consultant with the World Bank Group, a senior digital economy specialist with UNFAO, and is the founding partner of DT40 Advisors LLP. Mr. Kanungo has more than 30 years of experience in the domain of providing advisory services to governments at national and state levels to formulate AI and digital strategies and blueprints for effective public service delivery. He has played a key role in the design and deployment of more than 100 large e-governance, m-governance, and smart city projects on behalf of multilateral development agencies and country governments in more than 15 countries. In addition to working with the World Bank, he has worked as consultant, UNDP, ADB, the Asia Foundation, Danish Technological Institute, and UNESCO. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Vikas Kanungo.
Inviting me here. I think I'll speak to you for 15 minutes, but I did learn a lot since yesterday with the kind of discussions you're having here. So, I would be talking about, since I've been asked to talk about indigenous innovation, I'll be talking about 2-3 things. One, at the policy level, what we're trying to do at the national level and in some of the states. And second, I'll also talk about some of the tools or the platforms we're building, which are basically using the new technologies, say, for example, large language models and generative AI for providing services in the domains like agriculture, which, has been the latest one who've started going digital. So idea is to basically look at how we are both at the government level and at the startup level trying to get converted from the beneficiaries of new innovations to the contributors. So I think this is something most of you might have seen yesterday also, since it was talked about the India AI policy, the AI mission of Government of India, where we are now probably have become one of the largest countries who have lots of compute power. We have now put an order for about 34,000 GPUs, which are being made available both to the government agencies and to the startups. In terms of data, you might have heard Indian government is already building something called AI Kosh, where you're putting lots of data sets in a standardized format and in a way where multiple algorithms could use it. There's also financing for startups. And I think we are financing lots of organizations for creating indigenous language models as well as reasoning models. Some of them, I think, are ready to be launched pretty soon, maybe within 2-3 months. Some are already there. And then I think skill building. These are some of the things which at the government level are being done to promote indigenous innovation, both by providing funding, by providing capacity and skills, and also by providing the underlying infrastructure, which I think most of us call as digital public infrastructure. So the example of one of this, you heard about the health domain. I would just talk about case in the agriculture domain. Recently, I think about 3 months back, we were able to have India's first state with a dedicated AI policy only for the agriculture domain. And this policy is not like any other policy documents where you announce something and then it takes you quite a few years to implement it. I think the policy was announced only 3 months back. The government of Maharashtra put in a budget of about 500 crores for the first 2 years. And this has been only 3 months, and we've been able to start implementing many of the things. I think one of them being creating an agriculture data exchange, which has been commissioned to CDPG, and the work is going on that. But I think if you look at the components of the policy, the pillars, uh, the government is building AI and agri-tech innovation centers in all the four agriculture universities of the states, along with the AI labs. And these labs are being actively supported by companies like Nvidia, who are not only helping them with creating new platforms, but also new language models. Say, for example, we're working on a small language model for the agriculture within the state. Agriculture data exchange and sandbox, this is currently being developed by CDPG. Then we're creating a statewide GIS engine, which can be used as a shared digital public good by multiple departments. And Agri full traceability DPI, on which I think the work has not yet started. It is still in the planning phase. But all other pillars of the policy, we've already started implementing. And I'll share some of the things which have already been launched in the public domain. Say, for example, in Maharashtra, we have launched something called an AI chatbot, which is called Mahavistar, uh, which is able to talk to the farmers in English and Marathi. Now, lots of us, when I think I was hearing here also, and many other places, when we talk about new language models, say, for example, ChatGPT, etc., we talk more in terms of hallucination, in terms of these models being, not so reliable. Uh, but the fact is that there are features within these models where you can make them source grounded. So in Maharashtra, say, for example, in Mahavistar chatbot, the back end knowledge base in data which the chatbot refers to for providing advice is curated by the four agricultural universities. The data sets are coming from the departments, from automated weather stations, from soil health sensors from the department, from the mandis. And then this AI chatbot is able to only look at that data and answer the questions of the farmers in their own language. Not only that, since it is also connected to UFSI, which is an ID for a farmer, which creates their identity, their land details, and the crop details. So based on that, we are able to provide now hyper local advisories, which was not earlier possible. Providing a farm level advice is still a very difficult task. In Maharashtra is the first state where we've been able currently doing about 1 million land parcels to be geotagged, and for that the services to be provided. Now, this chatbot does not provide only the advisories related to the farming practices, but also about the mandi rates, about connecting you to the markets, etc. So this has been something which is, of course, started in one of the Indian states, but has the capabilities to be replicated in whole of global South. And through the World Bank, I think we would be trying to replicate it once this model grows up. Second, I think we all have been talking about we've moved from, as you were saying, siloed based systems to the platforms. But still, I think we've not moved to the ecosystem approach as yet. In platform, we're still talking about bringing multiple data sets into a single data exchange. But in an ecosystem approach, now we are experimenting with this in one of the states. We are, instead of calling agri stack, we're calling it agriverse. Uh, the reason for that is that once I have all these data sets available to me, they have been standardized at single place and they become machine readable. Then you have to bring in the entire ecosystem, whether they are startups, research institutions, etc., to be able to onboard onto this entire platform seamlessly, either upload their applications or use this data within their applications, or even contribute to the entire system with new features. So in Uttar Pradesh, I think the World Bank is funding a project called UP Agrees, which is a $500 million project. A part of that is to create a statewide digital ecosystem, which we are calling Agriverse, which, in addition to the data exchanges, the service delivery platforms, also has an application marketplace, which means that any of the application providers, be them startups or be them established players, would be able to ride onto this entire government network where the AI engine or a language model or a GIS engine or analytics with visualization libraries would be available even to small startups as a public good. So if you have a very brilliant solution, you want to scale it up, but you also want to use GIS engine, you want to use visualization engine, you want to integrate a chatbot into your application, even those services would be available to you as a public good. And in terms of, I think, a new thing which we are trying, again, somebody from Microsoft Research is here. We're already discussing with NVIDIA, with Microsoft Research on creating a small language model within India for the robotics. So that, see, in agriculture domain, we use lots of drones. So the idea is when you are having a drone in flight, would it be possible for a person on the ground to be able to communicate with the drone within his own language, say in Marathi, say that if the crop is so bad, can the pesticide be sprayed? And if there is provision on the drone, can it take action? So that kind of a small language model is also being developed in collaboration with lots of technology players. And then I think we're also trying to, like the CDPG doing here, Government of India has an AI Impact Summit in February 1920. In parallel to that, Government of Maharashtra is organizing something called AI and Agri-Tech Summit, in which lots of these models would be presented and will take feedback from the global players and the experts like you. So I think I would close my thought with the invitation to all of you to come to Bombay on 22nd and 23rd February 2026 and participate in this agri-tech thing where we would be, I think, talking about lots of indigenous innovations and also showcasing them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kanungo.